Hey everyone, this is Cardfight bringing you another standard match. Once again, we have a match featuring Alexis with his Nirvana Jheva deck, continuing that win streak from the previous two games, and gonna try and go for that first place, with this being the finals. And who's gonna be standing in his way is gonna be none other than yours truly, myself playing Maelstrom on the left. So now going into this match, I definitely do have a little bit of an unfair advantage because I have been watching Alexis's games for quite a bit at this point, so I kind of know how his playstyle goes. I'm kind of familiar with some of the things he does, so we'll see how much that knowledge is able to carry me through this game. Anyways, I am going to be going first, which is definitely the preferred method for Maelstrom. You always want to go first, get into your first grade 3 turn, and get that inlet into soul so that you're set up for the rest of the game. We are going to be seeing Alexis doing a little bit of his now traditional rush, calling out that Brahmada again and swing with it. I am just going to be taking the Brahmada swing, kind of hoping for a defensive. Of course, it doesn't really come, but I do have the 15k guard that I left in hand after my mulligan in order to tank this other swing. Going to be getting a defensive on this Trickstar boosted Brahmada hit. However, I really don't want to risk it because I kind of need to tempo out this game. Alexis is still at 0, and I definitely need to give him a little bit more damage going into his next turn. So I'm just going to be 5k guarding it, which is going to be a 2 to pass, which means it's not going to pass unless it's OT. I'm going to be riding into my Maelstrom. At this point, I'm kind of looking for a Tidal Assault because we saw me discard the inlet earlier. I do have a Wheel Assault in hand, and I did guard with one because I had an extra. So really just looking for the Tidal Assault, but unfortunately we do not see it off here. Our options are a Wheel Assault, which I already have another copy of, and a Inlet Pulse Dragon. So I'm going to opt to go with the Inlet Pulse Dragon because what's one way to get to Inlet Pulse? Call out as many Inlet Pulses as one way to get to Tidal Assault is to call out as many Inlet Pulses as you can and just draw into it. So that's kind of just going to be my game plan going into this. So I'm going to be activating that Judgment of the Storm and calling out the other Inlet Pulse that I discarded for Ride deck earlier. So now things are going to be a little bit awkward. We're going to see me discarding a Persona Ride because unfortunately I don't really want to discard anything else. I do have another copy of Persona Ride in hand, so it's not that big of a deal. Calling out the Algos just to be another attacker in all honesty, because I do need just something else there that can hit the Vanguard in order to use the Wheel Assault, which is going to give me the 4 attacks because I really do need to get those 4 attacks. Because if I don't get those 4 attacks, I don't get the draws off Inlet, I don't get the draws off Maelstrom. So just going to be swinging this Algos, which can honestly just be anything as long as it's not Eric. Theo hits that 13k threshold. But swinging with the Vanguard, we're going to be seeing something pretty nasty. Crit into OT. So the crit is going to make this a 2 damage, and then OT is going to make this another damage. So it's going to be 3. Not only that, I'm going to draw 2 cards and actually heal back down to 1. And then, of course, during that end phase, I'm going to be drawing the 2 cards, shoving that Algos back into Soul. So I am at a very good position going into this next turn. So we are going to be seeing Alexis actually riding into that grade 3, hitting off the ride line, getting that, Gallandite. And looks like we are just discarding it, calling it back out, as well as, do we have another Trickstar? No, I guess we don't, which means it doesn't really matter if we discard it for Nirvana skill. We should always just call it crossover dressing into that Baru Varina, using the skill to Soul Blast 2, retire my last rear guard that didn't go into Soul, that Wheel Assault, swinging with the Baru, actually opting to use its skill. I mean, we have a ton of counter blasts, we might as well use it. Drive checking into a Gru. That's going to get me into a defensive. So this Nirvana is swinging for a 1 to pass. I'm considering whether I want to risk it because a critical trigger at this juncture would be kind of nasty because I would be pushed to 4. But we are going to see him actually get a critical trigger and a front trigger. So I'm going to be going to 4 myself, swinging at the Baru again. I don't want to risk a critical trigger here, so I'm just going to PG this. This is a 43 because we did give it the power as well as the front, and then it gets 2k for every empty rearguard circle. So I'm just not going to take any risks because I've taken risks before with this deck, and it just has not paid off. Anyways, we're going to be starting off our turn with a very nice Persona Ride. I've got a very plentiful hand. Unfortunately, still no Tidal Assault, so I do have to actually think about what I'm going to be doing here. Considering I have another Wheel Assault in hand, I believe, yes, I can definitely see it here. I'm going to have to use that in order to get to my 4 attacks, although I don't have to. With the Inlet Pulse, I can call out with the Maelstrom. As long as I call another attacker, I will be getting that 4 attacks. But using the Wheel Assault and calling some more things out just guarantees me more attacks. We're going to see the Prize Trident come out as the other attacker. Since I did Persona Ride this turn, I am going to be getting that nice 10k, so it's going to be hitting 18, which is a pretty good number. Kind of doing a little bit of a, what is this called? I don't know. I call out the Maelstrom. It is technically the best target you could call from drop because it is a 13k body. Giving the 5k from the Judgment of the Storm to that Inlet Pulse so that it hits an even better number. Calling the Wheel Assault so that I can sweep with that Maelstrom. Just swinging the Inlet Pulse, which was actually given another 10k by that Sylvan Horn Beast. So this is a 38 attack. So kind of just thinking about whether we want to guard that, but it looks like we are not going to guard it. If we had managed to get a defensive there, this turn would be so much more manageable, but the fact that we didn't really makes all these attacks coming in just really, really nasty. Even though this Prize Trident is only swinging for a 26, I'm going to be using that skill, pushing up the other Maelstrom, kind of just like disrespecting there. I guess that's the word I was looking for. Retiring that entire Baru column, so crossover just whenever you're going up against something that retires or removes, you get a lot of plus off just retiring that entire stack. So looks like that Vanguard is going to be guarded with a 48. So that is going to be a no pass since I don't have the Tidal Assault to give my Vanguard an extra 5k. Since swinging the Maelstrom for the last attack. And just gonna be hit with another front trigger. I think we saw 3 front triggers come out of Alexis that turn. So looks like he's gonna really have to do something. Unfortunately, not having a Persona Ride of his own, and it looks like he drew into another trigger there. Calling back the Galantite, going for a Garou, which is definitely kind of nasty. I mean, it would be nastier if I was at 5, which means I can just take this attack. Unfortunately, not getting a defensive, but that Garou is still gonna be swinging for 20. So that is going to be definitely calling out 2 cards from my hand during this next swing. So Vanguard's going to be swinging just for 13. I could theoretically 2 to pass it, but I think given the structure of my hand, I think I just decide to just PG it. And then I do have to commit 2 15k guards in order to guard this Garou, because I did finally manage to get a Tidal Assault, but as you can see here, I'm going to draw 1 for turn, and then I'm going to Persona Ride and draw a 3rd Tidal Assault for Persona Ride. But definitely I'm looking to kind of just close it out this match. I have like 6 attacks this turn. We're at 5. We have 3 cards in hand, so not really gonna have a good chance of surviving this. So we're just gonna be taking that last damage, going to 6, and that's gonna be the match. So I hope you guys did enjoy this match. Hope you enjoyed me ruining Alexis's win streak and taking home the gold myself. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do all those YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.